In 1971, I was visiting with Elvis and his family. As I started to leave, Elvis escorted me to the foyer. As we were standing there talking, Lisa came through pushing her baby buggy. I turned to Elvis and remarked, "Elvis, she will soon be 4 years old. What do you plan to give her for her 4th birthday?" With a wide sweep of his hands, he said, "You know, all of this is but for a day." And we talked about home and roots and his childhood and about leaving Tupelo with a small trunk and all their worldly belongings. And he said, "Miss McComb, I would like for her to remember and be remembered the lady for which she will be and not for what she's acquired." I said, in other words, we talked of the values of life, and he said, "Could you write for me a poem to give her that would make her know these values?" And I said, "Elvis, in other words, you want me to write a priceless gift?" And he said, "Yes." I wrote the poem, and when I brought it to him, he grabbed it with both arms, and after he read it, he bounded up the stairs. He came back down, and he was crying, and he took my copy, and he wrote on it, "This is just beautiful, Elvis Presley." And he looked, and the tears had smeared my copy, and with his elbow, he started to wipe them away, remarking, "Miss McComb, I've ruined your copy." And I said, "No, Elvis, someday those teardrops will be priceless."
The Priceless Gift. Birthdays are always special as your 4th one comes to you. One I wondered what I'd give you, just anything wouldn't do. I thought of childish treasures to hang upon your wall, yet nothing seemed appropriate, or none I could recall. Money seems so cold and fleeting, bought treasures go so fast, and I wanted a gift to please you, and one that would also last. You know you're sort of special, you are really all we've got, your mama's little bit of heaven and daddy's tiny tot. I closed my eyes, the years rolled by, and I slowly found my way to a shadowed corner in the attic. It was a link to my yesterday. I raised the lid to a frayed old trunk, and there a priceless treasure lay, a tattered apron with strings still tied, and I know I heard her say, "Son, I'm now just a precious memory, but don't ever forget one thing. I always tried to guide your life with these worn-out apron strings." They guided a man named Lincoln as he steered the ship of state. It's the only gift I left you that will never go out of date. Apron strings changed the course of history as great men felt their tug. They followed sons into battlefields without the slightest shrug. They guided both kings and beggars through harmony and strife. Son, you surely must have felt their tug, for how God has blessed your life. I bowed my head and said a prayer, for I knew God had surely touched a tattered old trunk so tucked away and an apron that had meant so much. So Lisa, I give you the priceless gift that surpasses all other things, a whole lifetime of love for you she tied in her apron strings. Daddy.